Hi guys, welcome back to MJ Performance. This is Monty's M Sport ST that we've had in the garage, obviously with all the upgrades. Bit of a different video for you now, so you've seen it static on several videos. We've now got to a stage where it's almost ready to go back to the customer, so we're going to be road testing it this evening, checking all the upgrades have been put in as expected, particularly the water Meth setup. We're going to be checking the levels on that one, checking the boosting, checking everything is correct as it should be. So Martin's going to be driving this one. We'll take this one out, take you along with us, talk a little bit about the car, talk a little bit about the upgrades, also talk a little bit about what Martin does on the road tests and why they're so important, to just make sure that everything's bedded in and everything's working as it should be. So yeah, we'll be taking this one out now. Next time you see it, we'll be on the road. Hey guys, so we're in the Monty's M Sport now. Check this out. As we said, #021, signed by Malcolm Wilson.
Cool, isn't it?
And yeah, you can't get much more special than that. But yeah, as we said in the intro, so this car now is at a stage where it's very shortly going to be going back to Monty. He's going to be coming down to collect it at the weekend with Defiance. But
I'm used to these comfy seats.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, because obviously we've got Martin here in the driver's seat, used to the little seats and the little beast. So obviously I've got an ST, but it's a bit different for me sitting on the passenger side.
The clutch is a bit more aggressive because we've got a flywheel, steel flywheel with a paddle clutch in it now.
Yeah, a little bit different on there.
With the power.
Yeah, this is something we'll do, guys. So once cars, I mean, it's happened to mine, it's happened to just about every car that comes in. So when some car's been in for upgrades, we'll obviously road test it, make sure everything's bedded in. Particularly with upgrades and things like this, with like the water Meth and the exhaust, the turbo, so much has been done to it that it's got to have the miles put on it just to make sure everything's running as it should be. And I mean, I'll bring Martin in very shortly, but as he'll say, I mean, it's just a good opportunity for him to drive it. If there's any sort of noises or anything that doesn't feel quite right, he can then go back and address that. But yeah, I mean, that's part of what you're doing here, Martin, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have taken the car for a run before, maiden run if you want to class it as that. That was up to our good friend Jason up at Quick Fit Newton Abbott to have all the geometry set up. And then I could, obviously driving it up, it was okay, but you could tell that it wasn't quite set up right. So after he had done his setup on it, you know, the drive back was completely different because it was all correct. So Monty has been down and had an initial go in it. Just it was damp on the ground. So you know, the R330Rs, you've got to be a little bit careful. So he just done an initial drive in it just to get a feel for a car that he hasn't seen for how long ago was it now? Until he last.
Well, I mean,
August or July.
I think it was just after Rally Day, so that's going to be September.
It was we went to the Silverstone Classic, so that was July. So it was July 18.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so
Silverstone Classic.
It's been not quite 12 months, but almost a year.
Go for a, you know, I'm not going to go mad on it. It's just a gentle run, really, just to test the water Meth and make sure test the different maps to make sure it's doing what it should do, and bed that clutch in a bit more, because with the paddle clutch, with a single plate, you know, with the steel flywheel, it takes a little bit of bedding in. So it's not like a dual mass unit, so but it'll hold the power and torque much better, so no problems there. So we come out a little bit later, Timmy, and we could just sort of like miss the traffic.
Yeah, so we'll be at 20 to 7 now, so we've missed all the people going in from work. A bit quieter now, but obviously with the clock change, we've still got the decent weather, decent light now to see what we're doing, and a bit of a break in the weather now, so it hasn't been great down here last day or so, but this afternoon it's quite nice. Should be like this for the rest of the week, so it's perfect weather really to take the car out and test it.
And hopefully we're going to have the weather will be great on Saturday, won't it?
Well, it's forecast to be. It's forecast to be like this until next Monday. So if it is, it'd be brilliant.
Long time.
It's yeah. I'll leave it just for the moment now, and we'll come back to you in a moment when we get back up onto the on the A38. Hey guys, so we've just done a little bit of road test now. I mean, we're kind of just taking up the A38 and back. It's a nice straight roads, flat road, you know, a few twisty areas, a few inclines that we can check various things on the car. I mean, it's all feeling as it should be. As Martin said, the new clutch on here, which is the one by RT330 Racing, feels a bit on and off at the moment, but I mean, it's not a standard clutch, so it's going to feel like that, but it'll be fine once it's bedded in. The R888 tyres, they're a little bit noisy on the road, but again, that's what you expect with these sort of tyres.
You're more on smooth tarmac.
Yeah.
You know, but again, you can, you know, if you want them sort of grippy tyres, then
yeah, that's the payoff. But I mean, it's feeling great. I mean, I've got a RT330 ST myself, as people know, but with this one with the Meth, the acceleration feels much more urgent, particularly around sort of like the 5 grand RPM area. I mean, with the 102 map with the water Meth, it really does make a difference. Significantly.
Another, you know, advanced 3 degrees of time into, so that's where you're going to get your extra.
Just look over here, guys. So I mean, this is the monitor that you get with the water Meth setup, but as you can see, it's got a boost gauge built into it.
That's the boost gauge, and this is your duty cycle. This is the Meth flow. You know, before you know it, you're doing like, well, the national speed limit.
National speed limit, guys. But I mean, that's a good indication as well, having that in the car, of what the car's doing in terms of the boost pressure and everything, and the RPM, and when the boost comes on, and you know that everything's working as it should be, and it gives you a good indication of where the peak areas of the boost is. Obviously, these sort of cars, they're quite tame below, you know, the 2,500, 3,000 RPM, but you get them above 4, 5. That's the sweet spot. I mean, these cars with the RT330, they'll go up to, Martin will probably correct me, I think it's 7.4, isn't it? 7.3?
7.2 on the.
Oh, I'm wrong. 7.2.
Nearly got it right.
But yeah, I mean, that's the extra power that you get with the RT330. But no, I mean, this is perfect conditions to test the car. As we said, it feels great. Don't think Martin's really picked up anything of concern at the moment, have you?
No, we're just doing the normal, just our normal, as our class, like, you know, install, really, like post-install mileage in it, really.
I mean, this will be fully data logged, I think tomorrow, and obviously that will then be
Timmy-tastic too.
Yeah, we'll have Timmy-tastic too, where I'm sat, and he'll check everything's running that it should be while Martin drives it up. But this is really very much to just get a feel of the car, and for Martin to get a good feel of how it's responding to the upgrades. And as we've said, if there's anything that needs to be picked up, then we've got the opportunity to do it.
Yeah, we just do a few B roads.
We're just gonna
the suspensions all
take it out on a B road. So this one's now fitted with the H&Rs, H&R coilovers. As you can see, guys, this one goes when it wants to. Definitely goes. But yeah, fitted with the H&R coilovers. Bit of a rare setup. Not many people have got it. Obviously, Malcolm's got it on his, but you don't see it on too many STs. But it's certainly something that you want on this. I mean, lowering springs are great, but coilovers are the ultimate, really, especially for track and things like that.
I think that's another upgrade for you, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, I've got my
little pieces got it.
I got my shopping.
Mate.
I got my shopping list now. I got my shopping list for what I want to get.
Yeah, you're lagging behind, mate.
I am now. Yeah.
Got a bit of turbo lag here, isn't it?
Got a bit of turbo lag, yeah. You know, it's all on the to-do list, guys. I mean, the coilovers, as we said, lowering springs are great. You know, drops the car's ride height, firms it up, makes it more responsive. But coilovers are the best, especially with the dampers and the adjustable options you got. I mean, I always find with the ST180s, they have a tendency to just sort of sit a little bit too high at the back. But as you would have seen in the intro and various pictures and things of Monty's, it's hunched really nice at the back, almost sort of like touring car style.
Well, it's not settled in yet either, is it? So
no.
The mileage that we're doing now on some big roads where it's a bit bumpy, and you know, just settle everything in once everything's all, you know, bedded itself in. And he'll certainly be bedding them in when he's doing his big,
he will be.
Roads,
Monty, he loves his cars. He loves his particularly his STs. He's got a 001 edition. I'll get it right in a minute.
Yeah,
001 edition M Sport.
The very first M Sport one, which will be coming down to us on Saturday.
Yeah, so we'll see that one. You'll see that on the video with the Defiance. Obviously, he's got this one as well. Very special M Sport, the only black ST. So he's a real connoisseur of his blue ovals, Monty.
Yeah, heritage focus.
He's got a heritage focus as well. He's got his M Sport van as well, which his MSRT van, which he loves. So yeah, he knows what's a good and a bad car, and I think with the upgrades now, as Martin said, he's driven it already a little bit, but now it's set up nicely with Jason's Hunter alignment system and everything we've done now. It's going to be a great little car for him. Absolute animal. We're just in a national speed limit zone. I mean, there's no.
When the R888s come up, when you
yeah,
get warmed up, they're like, you know, it's very pointy.
Yeah, it's very pointy, guys. And with the H&Rs, there's no body roll. It's got the white line anti-roll bars on this one as well.
No, and you can stop it. The brakes.
Yeah, and you can stop it. We've got the big brakes on this one, which is our own bespoke MJP spec setup. So Monty's got those, of course, and it just gives you the confidence that running a car with this sort of power, you've got that stopping power that you need as well. Not quite sure where we're going. We're going on a magical mystery tour by the looks of things, Martin, aren't we?
Yeah, we're just going to do is just a short burst on the B roads here, and then we'll make our way back to the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't want to go too far in it first initial.
No.
Because I mean, we'll get back, we'll do our post road test checks, and then we'll go out in it again. So
yeah. It's a bit different for Martin. He's used to driving one of these with no trim and stripped out with the bucket seats.
It's lovely. Heated seats.
It's got all the creature comforts there.
It's great, mate. Rattling and banging around.
Oh, he's even got trim, guys. I mean, look at this. Ford give this away for free. Actually, in all cars you can get trim in yours. Martin couldn't afford it in his, so it's not in his. Bit sad, really, but I mean, this one's got all the creature comforts. Really, really nice. And as we said, just a few little. If you've never been in one of these, obviously it's an ST3 setup, so you've got your climate control and all that kind of stuff on the front. But you've got a few little areas that just give you a nod to M Sport. Yeah, there's no aircon in this one. So obviously this one's now had the Pro Alloy track cooler, track radiator, the spout fan, and with that we delete the aircon. So yeah, there's no aircon in this one, but you've got the dials there. It does tell you the temperature outside, which is great. But yeah, you've got like a few little bits that show you that this car is a bit different to other STs. So you've got the M Sport on the gear knob there. You've got the M Sport on the steering wheel with the blue top.
And then we showed you that before, didn't we? Which is
got Malcolm Wilson's signature up there and 021, which you can't help but see. And you've got a few little bits like the M Sport on the rev counter there as well. So yeah, really nice place to be, these cars.
Because the controller is black and blue.
Yeah, black and blue, yeah. So I mean, that's another little thing. So as you've seen, we've took the car out, given it a good run out, make sure everything's settled in. And
you settled in now? Have you?
I'm just about settled in. Yeah. It's these are crazy cars. I mean, I've seen people say on the forums and people talking about these cars that you know, RT330 is too much power. You spin the wheels, you can't use it. But as you can see, with a car that's set up properly, like this one is, and it's been set up by Martin and his team fantastically, the power is usable, and you can use all of it. You can enjoy it, and it's safe power. You got the power there to use, but you've also got the stopping power, the brakes, the handling's all there as it should be.
It's a complete package, isn't it?
And it's a full package. We've had critics about the big brakes, people saying they're overkill and things like that, but
yeah, they are.
They are overkill. They're overkill for a very good reason. They're overkill because that's what you need if you're running the sort of power that this car runs. I mean, over 300 horsepower.
Can you imagine Rich on standard brakes, Tim?
No, I don't want to think about it.
On a track?
No, I don't want to think about it.
Gravel.
I mean, a good example, guys, is when we took the EcoBoost out that we had at Donington.
With ST180 brakes?
With ST180 brakes.
EBC, you know, green stuff.
Yep, and as Rich would tell you, and he said on other videos, 2 laps and they were dead. The brakes were absolutely cooked. Had to come in and let them cool down, and the brakes were, the pads were completely charred. So no good for the track as far as I'm concerned. You've got to be running something a bit different than standard, because
they will fade.
You're running more power.
You'll be in the gravel.
Yeah.
Unless you're driving Miss Daisy around the track, then they'll be
yeah. I mean, I might be alright because I don't use a turbo.
You are driving Miss Daisy, so you'll be alright.
I'll be alright. I don't
stick on the start. I don't know why you bother putting on the big brake kit. That is total overkill.
Well, it is overkill for me, yeah.
For you, because
but I don't use a turbo.
Easy on the middle pedal, mate, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, as Richard said, he's when I finally take my car out on track, he's gonna go out in an EcoBoost and see if I can keep up, which I thought was a bit rude. Being used to one of these myself, I mean, I kind of know how it feels, but with the water meth and the extra things that have been done to it, so you got the loss. They lost weight with the aircon delete. You got the bigger radiator and the track cooler and all that kind of stuff.
About Rich, because I said that is totally untrue.
Rich, I'm not even going to comment on that, mate. I'll let you have a discussion with Martin about that. But no, I mean, with this one, slightly set up different than mine. So you got the coilovers and everything, so the handling wise as well. But yeah, taking on a B road, that's where these cars belong, and that's where they're most happy. And as Martin said, you've got 2 different sort of power bands with this car. So you take it above 4.5 to 5. You know, that livens it up. But you take it above 5.5, it just screams all the way to, well, you'll take it up to a red line and it'll just wanting to keep going. Yeah. And with the water meth now, it just adds the power. I mean, we've got a little video coming up for you soon, which you'll see. We're going to take the little beast onto the dyno again with the water meth setup, and we'll see what sort of different power it's going to have. We're expecting to have a sort of sustainable around, I think we had the 318 wheel horsepower on the 102, so we'll probably get a little bit more than that. I mean, let us know in the comments what you think, guys, but I'd like us to see sort of like 325 maybe, Martin.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you're certainly going to see more with the water meth, but obviously it's similar to the 102, so you're not going to see a huge increase. But the most important thing is that, as we've said on our other videos, the water meth is a lot more practical to run than race fuel, because unless you've won the lottery, you can't run one of these cars on race fuel day to day, because it's too expensive. I think it's what, £120 for 20 litres.
With getting it on the courier or whatever, it's worth about £100 for 19 litres.
Yeah, which
you know, it's a customer's car, so we have to be very respectful of that. We're not going to go out and absolutely cane it, because that's not what we're about. We do, you know, every single thing that we do on a upgrades like this, as intense as this, it needs to be driven, and everything needs to settle in before we sign it off and give it back to the customer. So hence that's what I'm doing.
I mean, this isn't a joyride, guys, but obviously with a car like this, with the power it's got, you've got to test things. You've got to test the brakes under find out where the limits are, or else how would you know? You've got to test the handling under its limits, or else how would you know? So that's the purpose of this. Because
when I'm happy with it, then I'll hand it back to the customer.
Yeah, absolutely right. So no, it's great. As I said, just a bit of a different video for you guys, bit of a treat, because you've seen this one on many videos static, but it's just nice to take it out, give you an idea of what it feels like to be in one of these while they're being driven as they're meant to be driven, and just something to give you an idea of how these perform with the setup it's got.
Me driving it, Monty, and not Rich.
Yeah, not Rich. Yeah, I don't think Monty wants to let Rich drive it. I don't know why. There'll be more videos to come on this one, of course, with our Defiance meet at the weekend. I don't think we'll have Monty on camera, but we'll certainly be getting people's reaction from the Defiant members of what they think of the car, and we can't wait for that. But yeah, guys, I'll sign it off here. So if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button so you're notified all the new videos. And if you like this, if you like fast forward content, keep an eye on us, and we'll see you on the next video. Okay guys, so we did sign it off, but this is just a little bonus for you at the end of the video. So just got the car back now, just letting it settle down, because obviously we've run it up to temperature. We've stretched its legs a bit, so we don't want to just turn it off. It's not good for the car, it's not good for the engine or the turbo. But yeah, Martin just wants to share this with you. So as you can see, guys, the manifold there.
He's starting to go a nice purple colour,
yeah.
Bluey purple there, to me.
Yeah, it's changing colour there. Obviously fresh out of the box. Yeah. They're that sort of grey polished colour, but like mine and like the little beast as it's running, they do change colour and they look great. But yeah, it looks nice there, doesn't it, Martin?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's what it's all about, isn't it? I mean, you know, if you pull them, you know, Zyratech, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all very well. You reduces it by like 30% for heat, but then you don't get that nice, you know, it's all about the nice finish. And then as long as you do the heat management.
Yeah. So as you can see, guys, we've cut through the scuttle there, so all the heat there is just going to rise up. You've got the bonnet vents there as well. I mean, it's a bit race car like. You'll get a little bit of haze on a hot day. You'll see it coming up through the scuttle, but I mean that's what you want. It's there to let the heat out. I mean, this isn't, as we say to people worry about the noises and smells and things. This isn't a stock car anymore. This has been modified, so you're going to get that kind of stuff. For sure. But no, it does look great in the engine bay. The manifold's looking fantastic.
Yeah, it's got to be detailed yet. John Moore will have it next couple of days, and he'll do what he's got to do on it.
Yeah, he's going to put it back to showroom standard, basically. Yeah. Which well, the car wasn't in the showroom too long ago. I mean, it's like we said, there's less than 1,500 miles on this car, so it's fresh out the box.
Pretty awesome, isn't it?
But shout out to Mr. Sticker there. Done the graphics on this car, done all the M Sport decals on the bonnet and the sides there, because I mean the good thing with this car is that, as we've said on the video, Monty's an enthusiast. He loves his M Sports, and he wanted to keep this car to the heritage of the M Sport, so that's why we've added the M Sport graphics on the bonnet, and it looks great. And it's all about customization. If you come to us wanting to have something particular done, like Monty's done with this, we'll work with you and produce exactly what you want. You know, customer service, what customers want within reason, is we'll always strive to do that. But yeah, I'll stop rabbiting on. I think Martin just wants to give a little bit about.
I think you're better
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. You're getting a bit boring now.
I'm getting boring. Yeah.
Getting bored.
Yeah, boring. Yeah. That's it, guys. So. I won't sign it off, already signed it off. Yeah. So we'll see you on the next video. Cheers, guys. Cheers.